My name is Christine Bunch, and I went to prison charged with arson and murder in the death of my 3-year-old son. I was sentenced to 60 years. I served 17 for a crime I didn't commit. I don't think at first that it sunk in that I was going to go to jail for a long time. I was always taught to believe that the system was good and right, and the people in charge would always do the right thing.
You're exhausted because you've been crying to police. Well, I'm innocent. And it's like, no one's gonna listen to your cries. So you kind of just look into yourself and see where you're gonna go and how you're gonna deal with the situation.
In the beginning, I didn't know what hope was.
I don't know if I ever adjusted to being charged with doing something I didn't do. In fact, some of those feelings are still with me today. My name is Leroy Orange. I was sentenced to death for assisting in murdering 4 people. I was recently exonerated in 2003, and here we are.
My name is Daniel Taylor. I was wrongfully convicted in 1992 for a crime I didn't commit. They sentenced me to natural life plus 2 30-year concurrent sentences. And I was just recently exonerated in 2013. I spent almost 21 years of my life in prison for a crime I didn't commit. I don't even think there's a word or an emotional word that would fully explain how you feel being in prison 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and for some longer than that. There's no way to explain that, how you feel about spending so much time in prison for something you didn't do.
My name is Jacques Rivera. I was wrongfully accused, wrongfully arrested, and convicted of a first-degree murder. I was sentenced to 85 years, and I served 21 years. On October the 4th, 2011, a judge set me free, an innocent man.
After the death of my son, being 6 months pregnant when I went to the maximum security prison, it was just like I was in a fog.
At the beginning of my incarceration, it was more like a stress of me being locked up, was like a numbness. Upon
entering the prison system, I seen another inmate strike a guard with a baseball bat, and I just thought to myself, man, what have I got myself into?
I was afraid. I didn't know what to expect.
I didn't know what was gonna happen. I didn't know what to do.
It was very difficult, to not just adapt, but associate with individuals.
It's a different culture in there. And it wasn't until after the birth of my son that I kind of woke up from that state and realized I had to fight.
This was a fight for my freedom, but I also believe it was a spiritual fight. My name is Dana Holland. I was wrongfully convicted of 2 separate crimes. I served 10 years and 4 months before I was exonerated for 2 wrongful convictions.
My name is Juan Rivera. In 1992, I was sentenced to a natural life sentence in the Department of Correction. I served 20 years in IDOC for a crime I did not commit. At first, it was very difficult for officers as well as other inmates to believe that I was innocent of the crime that I was being charged for.
It took years trying to show the corruption in the police department as well as the state's attorney's office.
Often other inmates or guards would ask why I had my head in a law book, or why I was researching, or why I was sending out hundreds of letters every week. As the years passed, I believe people realized that I was truly innocent just by the way I carried myself.
And the hardest thing about coming back to society and getting reacclimated with society is the possibility of suspicion.
I believe that all of my family knew that I was innocent. All of them stood behind me, and they all continued to believe in me. As for my friends, they didn't. I didn't hear from any of them the entire time that I was incarcerated. And I was very surprised that several of them showed up when I was released and acted like they had believed me the whole time.
Like people at my job, they're sometimes some of them, they're amazed. They're like, man, you're so happy, or you got a positive attitude. How can you have this by what you just went through? I just tell them I'm just glad to be free, you know.
I met at least 12 other guys, I'm pretty sure, were suspected of being innocent or innocent. Those were guys who had been to the same police station I went through and endured the same torture that I did. There is no compensation. Whatever they give you is no compensation, because that's all people see in you is money. And I've been better off left alone.
The biggest thing that I would have done with those years is I would have gotten to visit my son's grave, and I would have gotten to put the flowers there every year, and I would have gotten to go out there for those special moments and tell him I miss him. And I could have watched my other son grow, my boys. That's what I would have done with those years. And I would have celebrated it in every way I could have.
Holding a grudge is not gonna give me a healthy life, but I am disappointed in humanity.
At some point, you gotta let go so you can grow. And that's what I'm in transition to doing, helping other people, letting go to hate.
This was ripped from me. If I continue to focus on that, then I can't move on to live the years that are left to be lived. I feel very grateful to Jennifer Linzer, Jane Wrigley,
My mom's, my brother.
Northwestern Law School, the students that worked on my case.
When I go into the office up there, I feel like I'm out of danger when I'm there. I feel comfortable when I'm there.
Definitely grateful for them very much.
They're a group that came together and created a perfect storm to bring me home. And so I tell everybody they were and continue to be my dream team.